What's going on, boys? How are we doing tonight?
We're doing well. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. I am at an airport hotel getting ready to come and see you tomorrow in Myrtle Beach.
You
Little
bet.
last minute trip to the beach prior to the North American Championship, so it's a good day.
Real good day. Yeah, it's gonna be a good visit tomorrow and next couple days. Get this tour championship here done and move on to bigger and better things in a couple weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I heard you were cooking tomorrow night, so I'm making my way to the beach. Going to be checking out some things for registration night, getting last minute preparations. It's crazy that we're there, but it's going to be good. Local finals weekend across the APT this week, so it'll be a lot of fun. I know there's a lot of prizes on the line, a lot of money on the line. I've got a bunch of people asking about where they stand in points and what they can do, and all the different chapters, and so it's going to be a fun weekend.
Yeah, it
Um,
is, no doubt about it. We're happy to host it too. We're looking forward to having you down in Myrtle Beach and everybody coming down in a couple weeks. It's going to
Yeah,
be fun.
absolutely. Absolutely. So making final preparations. North American Championship is going to be epic. Um, Biggest tournament we've ever ran by double, Phil. Pretty close.
Eh, a
I guess
third.
Pioneers
Not quite double,
2021
but
isn't quite
Third.
double, but it certainly feels like it's going to be fun.
yeah.
So, D-Rock, how are you doing down there in Mr. Atlanta / Birmingham / Cut City?
Hot,
Hot.
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 So,
we can't
Yeah.
we can't seem to get a break from the heat.
it happens. Well, I'm telling you, my last place Cardinals are whooping up on you guys tonight so far.
They're even playing. I didn't even know that. I'm just
If
kidding.
you watched, you would know.
Well, so here's the deal. Your wife and my wife have been texting the
Ooh,
last
they
2 days, and I've already heard that the Cardinals are beating the Braves. Trust me.
That's all right. I hope they whoop up on them a little bit more too. The Cardinals beat up on them, and then the Phillies will come in and whoop them later.
We got Philly
It's all right. I mean, it only counts in October. The Cardinals will be playing then.
playing golf. So
Yeah, we'll be playing lots of golf.
APT. I'm trying to reach out to them, like, hey, our fall opener is October 8th.
Yeah,
So
they may
you
not
guys
make
will be free
October.
for the first time in a while. So come out and play.
Yeah.
Got to get those boys hooked on the APT. What can I say? So
That's right.
But man, it's been an interesting week. We've got Mr. Joey Pouch here, which is always a treat from 2 Under, Mr. Jack Curry. So what's going on in the world of 2 Under? I know you guys have got some new, really good stuff coming out for the fall.
We've been traveling. It's thanks for having us. First off, we really appreciate being here. The 2 Under travel showtime is happening right now. So I just got back from a 3-week trip, and we had all different shows. Putting out now the fall holiday stuff, of course, for at-once deliveries, but the previewing this spring summer 24, which is really exciting. I mean, the things we have coming out and the prints, you guys won't believe all these new prints. But then we have it's called the Juicy Short. It's going to be a swim short with a Joey Pouch in it. That's coming. We've got 8 new colors of our Bodie short, obviously named after our surfer. Bodie, but it's more of an all-purpose golf short, in my opinion, luxury short, a lot like Lululemon and some of the other people out there. It's a fun product, and we just added a whole bunch more new things in colors and T-shirts that are just flopping all over the place. We've got this new indigo color, we've got a heather color in forest, and then of course some salmon and some lavender stuff that men are wearing because they're fun colors. So it's been great, and the trip's been great, and met a lot of new customers. So it's awesome.
No, absolutely. I'm really shocked, Jack, that we have yet to run into each other in an airport.
Yeah, we probably were in the airports at the same time, but just on the opposite ends, and that we just haven't got the face-to-face in that part of it. But you're right, 100%. Seen lots of players, lots of APT players, that's for sure.
Absolutely, and it's always fun. We just got back yesterday, but I'm already in an airport hotel again. So it was a great 24 hours at home. But we just got back from the Seattle area for a beautiful 2 really big events, Labor Day weekend, just to recap for the APT. I was at Chambers Bay. Phil, you were at the Myrtle Beach. You were in Myrtle Beach at Labor Day Classic. Why don't you give a little rundown on that, and then we'll talk Chambers for a little bit.
Yeah, we had 2 great days down at the beach. Jeff and team put on a great show down there for us. Again, we played International World Tour, so got a chance to look at the course that's on the rotation for the national championship. And then we finished off at Grand Dunes at the resort course. Both courses in phenomenal shape. Can't say enough about that. So again, everybody that's coming down to the beach that will be playing the International World Tour, going to have a treat on that course. It was in fantastic shape, and we played it 2 days after the hurricane came through, and we were not on cart path only, which was shocking. We just assumed when we were driving down there on Thursday that we were going to be on the cart paths most of the weekend, but surprisingly enough, 1 or 2 holes we had to stay off them, but other than that, we were 90 degrees, and it was phenomenal. So the courses held up really well to the storm that came through, and we had a great time.
Yeah, I'm hearing you say 90 degrees, and I'm like, there's nothing 90 degrees in Seattle. It was 70 degrees and sunny and beautiful, and there's no car paths because you got to walk. So I was like, 90 degrees. None of that going on up in Seattle. Nothing like the U.S. Open venue to Labor Day weekend in Seattle. What a great golf course. I would have told you going in, it was my number 5 golf course I've ever played. Coming out after I played it out 3 times, it's probably number 3. Just a new appreciation for that place. If you've not been, it's so unique. You have to really think your way around that place. There's slopes and banks around every green that if you can get to the right spot, you can use these banks to get close to the hole all day long. If you're paying attention, but those banks can also screw you really bad if you go on the wrong side. It can make it either impossible to get up and down or almost impossible to not get up and down, if you know what I mean. So really paying attention again to know what a cool spot. Obviously, U.S. Open venue. It's got multiple USGA championships coming up. Everybody had a great time. It's a really fun walk. It was a good time. I'll tell you, I enjoyed the walk more on Sunday because I hired a caddy, so I didn't have to push my bag around the entire day. It made it a lot easier. So if you're coming to Chambers Bay, pro tip, pay the extra money and get a caddy. Your legs will thank you later.
Sure.
But speaking of legs hurting, we got to talk to you, Jack, a little bit. I know you just did 100 holes for Folds of Honor this weekend. So why don't you tell us a little bit about that and what that was like?
It was awesome. So for the Myrtle Beach Patriots, we had 18 guys that played 100 holes. We teed it up at 6:40 a.m. was our first ball that was in flight, and we finished at 7:20. And we raised well over $30,000. Fortunately for us, it wasn't as hot. It was only about 87, 88 degrees. It was very manageable. We started out at 67 in the morning with dew, believe it or not, all over the golf course, which was fun. Of course, as Phil said, even after 5.75 inches of rain from the hurricane that blew through here, the courses needed the rain, which really sucked it up very easily and really made it easy for the golf course to absorb it. There's only a couple holes, like 1 and 9, on the open side of the golf course. They'll never they don't want you riding carts over there anyway because of the fence and people will damage that area. But overall, you could ride it everywhere around this golf course. And we raised $30,000 plus just on Sunday, and over $200,000 is our target, and that's where we're headed very quickly to for this year for them, for the Folds of Honor. And we feel blessed to be a part of it. And the Folds of Honor is such a great organization. And my body felt like it played 100 holes, no doubt about it. The 68-year-old is definitely feeling it still, and it's Wednesday after we played on Sunday. Yeah,
absolutely. Well, it does get better from here, I can tell you. Certainly I jumped in. I know, Jack, you sponsored when we did. We had an APT team. Folds does 100 holes down at the PGA show every year. So after the Mystic Dunes Classic on that Tuesday, our goal this year is to have two separate foursomes go and raise $20,000 and with those 2 foursomes. But I will tell you from experience, it's not the first day after that kills you; it's the second.
Yeah, so absolutely, 100%.
So congratulations.
Thank you.
I will tell you, you had to be committed if you do it at the PGA show, because then you walk for the next 2 days and you walk 100 holes in the next 2 days as well. So it just keeps going. But definitely worth it. A lot of great things. And, for those that were able to play American Dunes a couple of weeks ago, if you've been watching Golf Channel coverage the last couple of days, they had the Folds of Honor Intercollegiate. And I just got to say, how good did that golf course look, Phil?
It was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Again, watching those college kids play that course brought back a lot of memories. Of course, they hit it in some spots where I didn't hit it, so they saw different areas of the golf course, and But again, I saw those greens, take it stolen on some of those players too by hitting in the wrong spots.
I felt great about watching those kids struggle because it messed with my putting confidence a lot. So you might miss a putt, but reading it the wrong direction, like that doesn't happen normally. You know what I mean? And there you're like, oh, I missed that by 4 feet. Great. So I remember I got home pretty late last night, and Allie went to bed, and I was like, I need to stay up for a little bit. And I turned it on and flipped, and there's a kid from Florida Atlantic that was finishing his second round, and he made birdie to post plus 23 for the first 2 rounds. And I'm like, yeah, it's about right. It makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
That
were high.
Ate me alive, man. Ate me alive.
Yeah, it's definitely a difficult golf course, but beautiful and obviously very, it's moving. I mean, if you don't come out of there with tears, there's something wrong with you.
Correct. So I can't wait to go back. Not that we can give any hints, of course.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah.
Derek, it was one of those. It's like, I absolutely hate this place. I never want to go back.
Yeah, I watched him play it a little bit on the Golf Channel, and I'm telling you, man. I mean, they hit the ball forever and forever and a day, but you still got to get it in the hole at the end of the day.
Right. The thing is, It's not the length of that golf course that kills you. It's everything else about that golf course that kills you. It's very unique because typically Jack Nicklaus makes everything dogleg left to right and really hard. Sure. But what's interesting about this, when he redid it, is he left the routing in place. And so you don't have the typical Jack Nicklaus left to right on every hole, which, Derek, you and I would really like. So you get a Jack Nicklaus design going both ways, which is kind of rare. A lot of the holes are uphill, downhill, but man, dude, the greens around that place are absolutely nuts. But it's so much fun.
It's one of Nicklaus's courses too. He didn't put as many bunkers as he normally does. A lot of the waste areas that he provides, they were there, but they were, the fescue, the way it was mixed in with the fescue is really unique and different, and in positions where you can hit a great drive and end up in the middle of it and don't even expect it.
Right. No, absolutely, and it's interesting. Just from I saw a lot of Chambers Bay comparison in a lot of the approaches in the green surrounds. Although I think harder sometimes because American Dunes, I feel like they just fall off the face of the earth, where Chambers gives you a bank to bring it back. There's not a lot of banks in American Dunes to bring it back, but there's banks on the greens you have to use to get the ball close to hole locations and things like that. So it was a lot of fun, but, certainly it was great to, we raised a good amount for Folds there. We're closing in our season-long goal of $75,000, which is
fantastic.
Incredible.
How close are we, Matt?
I don't have the exact number, but it's close. And I will tell you, I can announce that I have a matching donation up to half of a scholarship for the 50-50 draw at the North American Championship. So come to registration. We're going to have a huge 50-50. We're going to raise a scholarship on site. We're going to hear from a Folds of Honor scholarship recipient herself and hopefully raise a scholarship that night, present a check for $75,000. It's going to be awesome. We got a lot coming up tonight still to cover. We've got practice round stuff, all kinds of North American stuff. We need Jack to give us some hints. We're going to talk Myrtle Beach a little bit, where to go, what to do. But before that, what's up next is we actually have a new chapter to officially welcome into the APT family.
Wow.
Pretty exciting, huh, Jack?
Yeah, very exciting.
Continuing to grow. This one's going to be good too. I'm pretty excited about it. So, but before we do that, we have a message from our friends at Folds of Honor. So stay tuned.
There's a term I love in life, synchronicity. I define that as chance with a purpose. And one fateful night, my life would change forever. I was flying from Chicago here to Grand Rapids, Michigan. It was United Flight 664, finally get on this airplane. I walk through first class, and I see this kid. He catches me off guard because he's a corporal sitting in dress army greens. And I go sit and coach, and about an hour and a half or so later, we land in Grand Rapids, Michigan. As we pull up to the gate, the captain comes over the PA and says that we have an American hero on board. And my mind immediately jumps to this kid in first class, right? And I was like, what did he do? I'd just gotten back from my second tour of duty in Iraq flying the F-16, and he continues, the captain, by informing us that we are carrying the remains of Corporal Brock Buckland on this flight. And his identical twin brother, Corporal Brad Buckland, was in first class and has brought him those 7,000 miles home. Captain makes another request that everybody stay in their seats until his remains are removed from the right cargo hold. And that night I watched The Other Side of War. As I looked out on the tarmac, the Bucklands on the darkest night of their lives. The thing that really got me, though, was his 4-year-old son. Sat right below the cargo ramp as that American flag draped coffin inched out. And the finality of the sacrifice hit me. The realities that this young boy would never play catch with his dad again. He would never be tucked in at night. And that term freedom isn't free didn't mean anything until I witnessed that. And as the ceremony finishes itself up, I wipe away my tears, right, and I grab my backpack and I look back to the airplane, only to see that more than half the plane had gotten off. No place to go, except that blanket of freedom we'll all sleep under each and every night, courtesy of 1% of this country that suits up every day, willing to defend and pay the ultimate sacrifice for the other 99%. And that was my moment of synchronicity. I knew with every fiber of my being that God had called me on a mission.
Man, I gotta say, Jack,
Goosey.
I know you've spent a lot of time with the Folds of Honor team, as I've been blessed to, behind the scenes with some of this. I'm just, it's overwhelming to think about, some of the things that we're gonna see, registration night. Obviously, I know you and I have both met the speaker coming in and know her story and know her family. Yeah, there's nothing more important we can do this year than to help support some of these families. These are life-changing scholarships. These are a really big deal. And I'll be honest, I can't wait to share it with the rest of our APT family, and so they can kind of get a peek behind the curtain and see who Folds of Honor is, not from a produced video and not from, all the marketing that goes on into it, but for the people behind it and the people driving it and the people they're actually helping. It's a completely different perspective and one that you can't get just from hearing a video. You know what I mean?
You're in awe every time you meet somebody from the Folds of Honor. And what's interesting is you think that they've done something that's so spectacular, and then the next day do something more spectacular, and they continue to do that on a daily basis. And the people that work behind the scenes that we know nothing about are the people that are really driving this thing. And it's people like yourself and ourselves who all give to this cause that make this happen. And that's why those people work so hard. And when you can donate 91 cents of every dollar that goes to this organization, it's not top heavy. Nobody's driving any Porsches. Nobody's driving, think cars and living in $3 million homes and taking $3 million salaries. They're all out there working Jesse's like every one of us, and feeling blessed that they have the opportunity to be there. So I feel it gives me goosebumps every time I'm around it. And I love being around every one of those people. And I am so proud of the APT for being a part of the Folds of Honor. And I know that everybody that's a part of this membership who understands the Folds of Honor is really proud of what you guys are doing.
Yeah, they change lives, man. Yeah. They really do.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And it's going to be fun. I can't wait. So if you haven't caught any of our lives coming up to now, registration night's a night you don't want to miss. We're bringing in a Folds of Honor recipient. There'll be a check presentation for Folds of Honor. There's going to be a Folds of Honor VIP lounge for the Folds of Honor partners. We're going to get to hang out with some really cool people from Fold, some of my favorite people on planet Earth. I know, Jack, some of your favorite people.
Sure.
As we continue to cross paths with them, and it's going to be a great time. So definitely a noble mission. We're going to continue to talk about it. We're going to continue to raise money, continue to make a difference. I know it's near and dear to our members' heart, and we'll just continue to work hard. And so, but man, we got to talk about APT growth tonight. So pretty excited about it. So first I want to bring on one of our newest chapter owners, who's had one heck of a season in Tulsa, Oklahoma, Mr. Mark Braley. So what's going on, Mark? How are you doing?
Not much. Just sitting here watching that video, getting chill bumps like the rest of you.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's one of those videos. Like I've probably seen it 100 times now, and it gets you every time, because if you actually just sit down and watch it and listen to what he's saying, you're like, crap. You know what I mean? Like it just it keeps going. But yeah, man, let's talk Tulsa. So you had this crazy idea to start a golf tour in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and it's going pretty well.
Yeah, it's been phenomenal, to be honest with you. It exceeded my expectations by twofold probably, and we ended up with 148 members. We had a lot of participation from top to bottom out of those 148. It wasn't just a handful of people, although we do have a core group of people that have played in. I've run the numbers, and we've had a tremendous amount of people that have played in 7 or 8 tournaments. We kind of were a victim of some weather early on, and we had a cold snap in December. We ended up having to cancel a couple of tournaments because of the golf course conditions, which couldn't be helped with winter kill. And we still managed to get run quite a few people through and build a chapter with 148 people, and really proud of that, and really thankful to all my members, our members, and you know, really looking forward to this weekend. It's unbelievable how much time, for me personally, how much time I've invested in this weekend, and how much thought I've had into this weekend. And I'm sure that it's been that way for all the chapter members. So really looking forward to that, and then looking forward to coming out to Myrtle Beach and actually getting to play for a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the spot of your local finals is no joke. I was able to go on a Raider retreat there, Shangri-La Resort in Afton, Oklahoma. Wouldn't be surprised if that shows up on the national schedule in years to come. That place is really good. So if you see a major in Afton, Oklahoma, you should be curious enough to check it out. But the golf courses you've got this weekend are nothing short of some of the best anywhere in the country.
Yeah, I mean, I was a little bit worried when, Chris, it was a big help for me getting my schedule started. We needed to get the tour finals done first. And, I'm not 100% familiar with Tulsa at the time, at this point last year. And I just kept reading about Shangri-La, and I've got some local buddies of mine that go up and play, and told me I ought to go check it out. And I went up there sight unseen. It's kind of a cold, blustery day, and the golf course was dormant, but it was spectacular in dormancy. So I could only dream about what it looked like when it was green. And kind of reminds me of what you're talking about at American Dunes. And just blown away. You're just in the middle of northeast Oklahoma, where there's absolutely nothing. And here is this large lake with this grand resort and a fabulous golf course. Walked straight into the pros office, introduced myself. He said he had about 2 minutes. We spent 30 minutes talking, and he said, man, go down to the resort. This is who you need to talk to, and let's get this done. And here we are a year later, and played there last week. Golf course is in fabulous condition. Just can't wait to get started, get going.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it was a big swing right off the bat, and with my eyes closed, we got a hit. So there you go.
Yeah, I don't know if I believe that, but we'll go with that, Mark. Whatever you say. You're very humble, and I appreciate that. But it's interesting. As we've kind of developed these chapters out, and we've talked about family, and we've talked about working together, and we've when we look at the South, there's really one gap that really to connect everything that we've got going on down there. And I always think it's great when chapter owners come and say, hey, I've got a guy that I want to bring into the fold in this area because this is going to help us all grow. And that's what's happened here. And it's an exciting night to add a chapter. So, I was going to do the honors, Mark, but I think I'll let you do the honors since you're
yeah.
kind of
So my first tournament was the Cherokee Hills in Tulsa, or in Catoosa, right outside of Tulsa. And as people started to sign up, there was one gentleman that had emailed me, and we began kind of talking through email. And then finally, when the tournament got there, I met this guy, and just there was a connection. I mean, it was somebody that I felt. I felt that everything I saw on the outside was probably the same on the inside. And I felt like it was a person that was pretty honest. And as he began to play in some, and incidentally, he ended up winning that tournament in Division II. And so it told me one thing, that he can play. And guys that know how to play golf typically are guys that love golf. I don't think you have to love golf to be successful in golf, but to do what we do, I think it's imperative that you love golf, and I believe this gentleman does. He followed a lot of my tournaments early on until the summer, and had a couple of commitments, but he was right there at every one of them, competing hard and winning some, lost in a playoff here and there, but he was always willing to help me if I needed anything. And one of the things that I needed help with, because we were busy doing some other things, obviously, was if you had an early playoff with one of your earlier divisions of finishes, and he was able to go out. I trusted him enough to go out and run these playoffs for me. He obviously knew the rules, and again, I was thrilled to have him on my tour. It's almost bittersweet to announce him because I feel like I'm gonna lose a really good player off my tour, but. Anyway, do you want me to just come out and so now I'm really, really thrilled to bring him on board, and really thrilled that he and I are going to be able to collaborate on our schedules, and it's going to allow the entire state of Oklahoma to really become part of APT on a national level. And I think that's really important, especially in the state of Oklahoma, because there's so many good golf places to play. There's a little place you might have heard of called Southern Hills, and some other places. But this guy's going to do a great job over in Oklahoma City, and I am really proud to have him as a friend, and now as a business acquaintance. Keith Tillman from Edmond, Oklahoma.
What's going
Hey,
on?
Mark, thank you. First of all, you get me teary-eyed with the Folds of Honor video, and then Mark says nice things, so I'm kind of humbled.
I don't think Mark knows how to say anything bad.
Well, he's been a great guy. He's been a great guy to be around, and I've really enjoyed being part of the Tulsa chapter playing. And I don't think you'll be able to get rid of me that easy. I may not play in some of mine, but I'll definitely be up in Tulsa to play in some of yours. So
Good.
I'm excited, looking forward to it.
Yeah, definitely.
Welcome
So why don't
aboard.
you
Nice to have you.
Yeah, so why don't you give us a little bit of your background, Keith, and tell us kind of what you're planning to do in Oklahoma City. I know you've been calling golf courses and working on some events.
Yeah, right now I've got 3 booked, 3 this fall, and then I've got 1 booked for first part of the year that is a country club that people aren't going to get to play unless they play in our tournament. And I'm looking for some big events like that people aren't going to play unless they play with us. I think that'll be exciting for them to have a place that they wouldn't normally.
No, absolutely. Well, we're certainly looking forward. I know you've been working hard with our office. I know Chris has got time scheduled with you either today or tomorrow. I can't keep up with his schedule. But we're looking forward to obviously welcoming you. We'll have all the chapter owners in Myrtle Beach for a little retreat in 2 weeks now. And so looking forward to meeting you and doing some training and hitting the ground running in Oklahoma City.
Lost him. Uh-oh.
Oops.
He's so
Oklahoma City's
excited.
awesome.
There he is. He's back.
Okay. So I don't know where I left off, but I'm an insurance guy, and I've been doing that for several years, which gives me the opportunity to have some time to do this. I'm excited because just the chance to compete, which I hadn't done since high school when I started doing competitive golf with APT. Met new friends, have friends from Texas to Arkansas to Kansas City. I've played in a couple of Kansas City tournaments. I've met some people up there. So I'm excited about it. I'm working on events now. I've got 3 for the fall and 1 for the spring. And so I'm just really excited to get going. I've probably been itching. I've contacted people a couple of times saying, hey, when can we get going? When can I get on your schedule to figure out what's next? And so I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. I hope to have a couple 200 member chapter here in the next year and a half. So
Absolutely. Well, we believe it's in the cards. We're going to continue to work hard and support you, and we couldn't do it without you. So it's going to be fun, and we're looking forward to it. And I know our chapter owners are looking forward to getting to meet you in person, play some golf together down the North American Championship, and then continuing to bring the APT to new places, which is always fun.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, well, we've got a special guest that wants to say hi to you as well. So we've got another celebrity appearance on the show. I don't know if we can have 6 or 7 people on at one time, but let's try. Oh, we can.
Yeah.
Hey. What's up, fellas?
What's happening, Joe?
Feels like the
Feels
like Brady Bunch. I think I need to be in the middle.
Okay, Greg.
There you go.
There you go. You're in the middle.
Hey, look, perfect.
Tic-tac-toe.
Well done, Chris. Good job.
So
welcome to Oklahoma City, man. Glad to have you on board. This is gonna be fun.
It will be. I'm excited to do it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we're here for you, Keith. Anything we can do to assist from this end, please don't hesitate to call me.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Yeah. See, that's the great thing, and I tried to kind of give Keith some insight about becoming a chapter member with APT, and it's so Matt and I go back a ways, but Jody and I go back a little bit further, playing in some other national events years ago, and it's just everybody that I've met that's a chapter owner in APT has been fantastic, and like Derek and his wife and Chris and I were all roommates at the owners retreat in Phoenix last year, Scottsdale. And then Phil's been really big in helping really get my wife going and getting Jennifer going. So he's her new best friend. And then, I can go on. Larry Burrows has driven to Tulsa to help me in tournaments. And then David and Lisa Davis I don't know that I would have survived the first 3 tournaments without David and Lisa. And I think that's the great thing about APT is that every chapter owner, I played twice with Jay Combs. He's been, fun to talk to and help along the way. And everybody's that way. And I think that's the great thing about being a chapter owner with APT is everybody's on the same page, willing to help each other.
It's a big old family.
No doubt about it.
Yeah, I'm reading the comments. Sorry.
They're great.
Saying tournament at Lone Star Casino. It's certainly a possibility, especially now with Oklahoma City coming on board. So it's been talked about previously for sure. And Matt Miller, stop being mean to Phil.
I may have to ask Ricky's agent if we can get him somehow to talk to Keith about helping him in some way since Oklahoma City is so dear to his heart.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
So there's some great golf courses over there. So it'd be pretty good. But man, well, Keith, we're looking forward to it. Appreciate you coming on and introducing yourself to everybody. Braley for the wonderful introduction. We still got a lot to come up tonight because the North American Championship with over 550 players is in less than 2 weeks. I'm hoping that Jack won't tear up during this next commercial because we do have a message from our friends at 2 Under.
2 Under. Quality fabrics, no roll waistband, Joey pouch, elevate and separate, no chafing. What more could you ask for?
Elevate and
Yes.
separate.
I love when he does that. Elevate and separate. It's like it's separated while he was talking.
All I gotta say, Derek, is the number one thing for members on tour. If you're going to show us that you're wearing 2 Under, always go from the short up and not the waist down.
Please.
Just pull the short up for the 2 Under. Please don't pull your pants down.
We have a video of one of the Folds of Honor Patriots, Myrtle Beach Patriots, dropped his complete drawers on the middle of the green with a 25-foot birdie putt, makes the putt. He couldn't run because he was. But we got a video of it.
We need to know if there's some Ryder Cup 2 Under special editions coming out.
No, not this year. We not in the Rome side of it. We definitely didn't want to make anything for the European team for sure. If we did, we're going to put some sticker bushes in there or something in there to make sure it was irritating.
Good call.
Outstanding.
Yeah, it wasn't good. It wasn't going to feel good if we made them for him. Trust me. But now the cost this year was up substantially, and to go over there and try to work it, and we don't think we're going to have the same kind of reception that we got here in the U.S. We're talking about possibly the next one in the U.S. just being more for us than going over there and doing all those. You're just not going to sell enough product to pay for the expenses. It's pretty expensive. They want real big numbers up front.
That's fair.
Not surprised.
Yeah, not at all. Exactly.
That's okay. But you will be at the North American Championship.
We will. We'll be in full force at the North American Championship, and there'll be plenty of 2 Under for everybody.
Yeah, my wife makes fun of me for how many 2 Unders I ordered for this North American Championship. So it will be a plentiful. So if you've signed up and you don't know what the benefits of a Joey pouch are, and you're a man, there's a separate tee gift for women, but you will know at the end of the North American Championship.
You'll clean your drawer out. You'll throw all that other stuff away and just start buying 2 Under. It's life changing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks for. I'll pay you later on that one, Mark.
My favorite reaction still ever to a tee gift. We did the Lone Star Shootout at TPC San Antonio in 2021, and this guy comes up to me like super pissed off, and he's like, "Really? I pay all this money to get in tournament, and you're giving me a pair of underwear?" And I was like, "Well, actually, it's a pair of underwear with a pair of socks, but let's just." And he goes, "Seriously, underwear?" And I was like, "Do me a favor, wear them tomorrow. If they're not life changing, I'll give you anything in the pro shop you want as your tee gift." And he goes, "Okay." And he comes back and he just literally like, "Pound it, bro." He goes, "Completely changed my life." So there it is.
We need that testimonial more. I mean, it's funny. I hear it all the time, and it's really is life changing. We're very blessed that people are willing to try it. And we had that happen this past weekend in the Battle for the Glory. Somebody got a pair of underwear, of course, and said, "Nah, I don't want these underwear." And he said, "What would you like? You want a glassware? You want a temper craft cup, or what do you want?" They said, one guy yells, No. Tell him that he has to take it. So we did. And he wore it on Sunday to come see us because we invited everybody at the Battle for Glory to come back from Saturday's event to Sunday to watch us all of us play at the 100 holes. And he did. And the end, he was there for about 4 hours. And at the end, he made it a point to go back up to that guy and say to him, "Thanks for telling me that." So it has worked very much so for our favor.
Well, Jack, I got to be honest. Battle for Glory presented by 2 Under sounds like a fantastic tournament name. So
it works, especially when it's 95 degrees and 100% humidity.
No doubt.
Oh, goodness. Anyways, well, we got to get into some of this North American Championship stuff. We've got a lot of fun coming up there. First, I guess let's show the course rotation. Phil, you want to walk us through the course rotation real quick?
Sure. Chris, you going to pop it up there? There we go. So our Division I players, we're going to be playing World Tour and Myrtle Beach National West. Division II, first 2 rounds, we're going to play Wild Wing and Kings North at Myrtle Beach National. Division III, same as Division I, Myrtle Beach National West and World Tour. Division IV is going to be Wild Wing and Myrtlewood Palmetto. And Division V, we're going to be playing Kings North at Myrtle Beach National and Myrtlewood Palmetto.
Nice.
It'll be a good time. A couple things that you guys should know. Half of each division is going to play in each golf course each day. So it's not a Friday, Saturday rotation. It's a round 1, round 2. You're going to play one of the 2 of those. We'll have pairings out as soon as we can after registration closes on September 10th, which means you've got 3 days. If you're sitting on the fence, we had a couple of people register today. We've got just a few more spots left if you want to get in on the fun. After September 10th, it'll be closed, though, and it'll be what it is. So it's going to be a great event. The other big news is practice rounds are now open today for APT members. So you can call starting today and get your practice round book. So, Chris, if you want to throw the practice rounds up, we'll walk through that. Walk through the rates. And so here are the practice round rates. You can call the number on the bottom of the screen. That's 843-235-4653. So got some good discounted practice round rates. Also, the golf courses wanted you to know if you do book like a late afternoon tee time, it is possible you might get something a little bit lower in the late afternoon time frame. If it's lower at the course, they'll obviously honor that rate. So let them but you can go in and make reservations starting today. So we're ready to get rolling there.
Those courses are in good shape. FGI is loaded ready for the APT for the national championships.
Yeah, it's gonna be really good. So Jack, just want to talk to you a little bit. I'm just kind of curious. People keep asking, hey, what should I do that's not golf when I'm in Myrtle Beach? So I figured we'd take a minute. We can kind of talk through some restaurants, some local favorites. If you've got 2 or 3 spots in Myrtle Beach that you're not missing.
Well, there's a couple. I mean, especially where you got TPC, and if you're down the south end, you've got Perrone's, you got Frank's out back down there. You've got a bunch of small sushi places that are really, really good. Those 2 places stick out in that end. Up here, you got the Bistro 90, which is a great steakhouse and offers seafood and American cuisine. And you got Capriccio's and Hanley's. If you just want some bar food, got the new walk-ons. You've got the Grumpy Monk. There's so many good places. Obviously, you can go over to Broadway at the beach or up to Barefoot, and you've got restaurants up there. You got Taco Mundo. You've got Flying Fish. I mean, you got Umberto's. If you go to Umberto's, you better go hungry. Don't eat all day because they give you a 5-course meal that just stuffs you full. When you walk out of there, you don't walk out of there. You roll out of there. You can't walk. The food has been phenomenal, and the cocktails are pretty darn good as well. And then, for the ladies, there's lots of shopping. I mean, there's tons of things while the guys are golfing. The gals want to go to the outlets. They want to go to Broadway at the beach or go have some fun. Obviously, the beach right now, the water's still, by the way, 83 degrees. It's not as clear as it used to be because of the storm that came in, but it's clearing back out pretty quickly. So the girls can have some fun on the beach while the guys are golfing. And I'm sure that most of the wives have already been talking about it, about taking little excursions together and doing some fun things.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, I mean, a lot of other places, I love the Little River area. I know my wife hasn't stopped talking about the restaurant we went to in the house. I can't remember what it's called.
1912, you mean?
No, that place too. 1912 has the best whiskey selection I've ever seen.
Oh yes, yeah. You're talking about up on the in Little River, back behind the 1 block back behind where we all were. What was the name of that? The Nances, either the Nances or the Helms found that. I'll have to look that one back up. That was good. Chestnut? No, not the Chestnut House. But there's another good one up there. Clark's is up there as well.
Right.
Then you got King Kong Sushi in Carolina Forest. If you love sushi, it's the best, far and away.
That's close to your house, so I'll be there.
We definitely will be there for sure this weekend.
Yeah, and then what's the other one? 201 Main. We went to
21 Main.
21 Main.
21 Main.
This is good too.
That's stellar as well.
Portal. Crooked Hammock Brewery and
Carolina Ale House.
Carolina Ale House is good. So lots of good spots. Be a lot of fun there. So make sure to explore a little bit. And one of the good things about Myrtle Beach is you want to go to places that you've never heard of, because there's a lot of great one-off places at the beach. So it'll be a great trip for everybody. Looking forward to it. Some great new breweries in Myrtle Beach too. And
Grand Strand Brewery just opened.
Grand Strand, really good beer. It'll be a really good time. I'm not sure what Mark's going to have going on with the Deliverance light in the background, but
if anybody plays Grand Dunes, by the way, they put just point FGI put in a couple million into that place and put a food and beverage manager in there, and along with a heck of a restaurant. So the food and beverage manager in charge of all the courses has really upgraded their menus.
Right. So Minard just came through the rescue. The restaurant we're talking about is the Brentwood.
That's it, Brentwood. You're right.
That place was legit.
It is legit. No doubt about it.
So good.
Well, what's the place that we couldn't get in? Remember, they wouldn't let 7 of us sit down or something.
That place is really good too. I forget the name of it.
Where's Helms when you need him?
I know he's in Aruba of all places.
I know he is. That's why you're coming.
I know. I'm coming to the beach this weekend, boys. I can't wait. It's gonna be good to see everybody. I'm excited about that.
Hopefully the rain stays away.
Yeah, right. Hopefully we'll be good there. I did pack the rain suit, so we should be good. But lots of good stuff. We got some good pre-events, 3-club tournament. We've got 2 spots left. So, Jody, if you want to get in, you got to get in now. You'll probably play with just your putter.
Well, I can do damage with that. Sure.
100 yards a hole, buddy.
I've seen it happen before.
I can do damage. I can do damage with my putter from off the green. I don't know about so much on the green these days.
It was a little rough at Chambers for you, buddy.
Woo, it was bad.
It was. We had fun though.
Absolutely had
Pretty
fun.
good time.
Weather was great. Had a great crew that showed up to play, and the golf course treated us fantastic. So it was a good time.
No, absolutely. Well, so here's what we'll do. We'll go around, and I'm curious. So we've got the par 3 at the Aero Club under the lights, Wednesday, September 20th. $45 to get in, and then there'll be an optional skins game as well. We're gonna have a great time. 3-club challenge that includes the putter. So longest hole's like 100 yards, 108 yards, something like that. So I want to know, what 3 clubs are you bringing? Start with you, Jack. We'll go around the horn.
And this is for the Aero Club or what club?
For the Aero Club. You got 3 clubs there.
3 clubs? Oh gosh, I'm going to bring my probably my 58, my 50, and my putter.
There we go. What are you bringing, Phil?
60, 56, and putter.
Okay. Rayleigh?
I'm going to bring a putter, 50 degree, and probably be a toss up between 54 and 58. Probably 58.
Decisions. What about you, Phil? Or Jody? Sorry.
Driver 3-iron 600.
He's feathering them in.
We should have an award for that, for best club configuration.
It's a degree of difficulty. I just need some extra points.
Do you have to have a putter?
I don't need a putter. I can probably putt just as well with my wedge. So.
Right.
I know Jake Holmes said he's only going with the 54-degree wedge. That's all he's playing with. So he's going with one club.
There we go.
He'll open the face or close the face, and that's it. A putter.
All right, to be honest, Nance brought a pitching wedge, and he was throwing more darts at that pitching wedge than I was with a 56. So, it was interesting. But it's going to be. It sells out at 90 players. We've got 88 signed up under the lights. Everybody walks. The only cart on property is the beer cart, so it'll be fun, and we'll have a good time with that on Wednesday night. And then Thursday, we got the pre-event at Wild Wing.
All right.
Which will be fun. So net Stableford competition that everybody's in, and then senior net is an optional, which is the only thing you can get points for leading up to the tournament. Just to be clear, is for senior net. Since we don't do senior net at majors, we're like, we'll do senior net for the practice round before. so everybody gets a chance to get a big field there for a 1 day. And then skins game. It's going to be fun.
Skins
Leave
game
it for
on. This is
registration.
Thursday, right?
This is Thursday, so tee off at Wild Wings starting at 10. When you get done, we'll have registration going. It'll be a great night at Wild Wings. So we still got about 50 spots left for that, Phil?
Something like that, yeah, something like that.
I'll look real quick. So you're up.
There's a question here from Shane Del Rosario about skins. I assume you're talking, Shane, about the skins for the major tournament. Are we doing those strictly at registration night, and then the first day if you can't make the registration, or are you doing anything in advance? Not on that.
Cool. Sorry, I'm getting Jack in for the par 3 real quick.
Oh, okay.
So
well, Shane, we will be collecting skins money at registration. If you can't make registration, it will be you can pay it on day one. And I'm sure Matt's going to provide some information so that it can be paid in advance as well. So via Venmo or one of his electronic means of collecting the money. So
correct. So yeah, we'll send out probably about a week before to start collecting skins. They can be either paid at registration or before you play on Friday. We'll have registration at the golf course. You want to make sure to swing by and get your tee gifts. So being there Thursday night's an important thing. Yeah, we'll send out stuff about a week prior. We're still getting everything organized on our end to make sure that, obviously we want to make sure that we're handling all 550 of your money accurately. So we're getting some receipts and things, so that way you can be confident that you're into the games that you are and all of that stuff. So we're working through that. And once that's all finalized and we have the process ready to go, we'll get that out so everybody can start paying for skins. I know everybody's antsy to do it. We've got some new games this year, some new challenges. It's going to be a good time. Maybe a little remix of the 2 under challenge. What do you think, Jack?
Yeah, I think that's perfect. I think we should do that.
So
I'd love to do that. I think it was a good challenge, and I think everybody enjoyed it. And we'll throw some prizes in there.
Yeah, we'll have some fun. We'll be chatting about that tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to that dinner you're cooking. So I'm excited to be back at the beach. Missing home this time of year, but if I can't be at home, being in Myrtle Beach is a good second. So
hey, Rick Lee wants to know if you can Venom.
We do not accept Venom for skin payments.
We do Venmo though, Rick.
We do take Venmo. I guarantee after this weekend he's gonna be like, Matt, I can't believe you're making fun of me. So, but love me some Rick Lee. So my wife just texted in to let you know that we're gonna have a ton of new swag available at the North American Championship. So most of it's shipping to Jack Curry's house. So I apologize, Jack, but we're going to have a ton of new stuff in the store. It's going to be a good time. So, do we have any questions on the North American Championship? I know we've been making people wait for a little while. I'm going to announce one major tonight, maybe.
Timeline. I think there's a couple of questions that are popping up that are, what's the timeline? When does the registration start? Right after golf at 5:00, that kind of thing. So
perfect. So right now the registration plan is 5:00. I am meeting with them tomorrow to finalize everything. So plan on 5:00 unless they tell me otherwise, but that's the plan as of right now. Rick wants to know if there's an event Friday or Saturday evening. There will not be an event Friday. Saturday, the event will be watching all the on-course playoffs for the remaining qualifying spots at TPC Myrtle Beach. All of those are going to be on number 1 at Kings North starting at 6 p.m. on Saturday.
Not number 6.
Yeah, so instead of the playoffs all being on each different golf course, everybody can come out and watch the sudden death playoffs in one spot. We'll just go one after another.
Everybody at one on North.
Yeah, which is going to be really, really fun to watch. We'll have the store open, the leaderboards going. Phil and I will be locked away in a back room working on pairings and getting ready to flip. That's a short night for us. And then obviously we'll have the awards ceremony on Sunday night.
Stephen Hawk asked if we can sign up for 2024 majors.
The first 4 are open if you sign up for membership. So, but yeah, so we can get that going. see what else we
Remind
got.
everybody about membership.
The format of the par three. Question about the par three format of the par three. Again, 3 club challenge. It is 18-hole stroke play. So just an individual stroke play event.
Yeah, and if you're walking around with your full golf bag, we might make fun of you. Just so you know. All in love.
Usually your hands are full of beers.
And no, David, a shotgun cannot be used as a club. It is a shotgun start.
7 p.m. shotgun start.
So, anyways, but I'm excited. 2024 season shaping up together pretty good. Figured we'll announce the February event because we're going to California to one of my favorite places, favorite golf resorts. I'm pretty excited about it. Another top 100 golf course in Rams Hill in Borrego Springs, California.
Fantastic place.
See, Jack knows
absolutely great golf course.
I have, and it is a slice of heaven. It's big. Guys who haven't gone to California and played in California are going to really enjoy it. It's really unique and different. It's just it's a great golf course.
And it's out away from all the craziness in LA. And you get way out from away from all the people and the traffic and all that stuff. It's
in the hills.
Beautiful spot.
Yeah, there's some hills. There's some stuff there. It's like you said, it's tucked away.
Yeah, so we'll be getting some information out. It is February. Phil, do you have the dates? 17, 18? Is that right? The weekend? It's President's Day weekend.
Yeah, I know where I'm working. I'll be at a show. I start the PGA show and start straight through after the Orange County or wherever we're having it, and then go straight through to February the 22nd. Now we have shows. Full month. Yeah, it's good though. All good.
No. But yeah, no, it's gonna be good. February 17, 18. Is that right, Phil?
I'm looking it up.
Okay, but anyways, so Rams Hill, it might be my favorite Fazio. I mean, Victoria National is pretty good. It's up there.
So the SoCal chapter going to be hosting the whole country. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be good. Limited to 80 players. It is a stay and play, and when you see where it is, it's about an hour outside of San Diego. You can either fly into Palm Springs, drive around the mountain, or fly into San Diego and drive up.
Orange County's not bad either.
Either way, you'll be able to stop and get some In-N-Out burger on the way.
Right. So there's going to be it's going to be a little different than any other tournament we've run in the fact that there's either going to be a golf only price for guys that want to drive it, which if you're welcome to do, and then there's going to be 2 stay and play options, and one of the stay and play options. So golf tournament, hotel, everything for under $800. So really good deal to be out there. What a perfect golf course. Jack's just like some of the just best holes anywhere. Like one of the best short par 4s I've ever played out there is number 17. I can't wait to be back on site there. It will be, and for that time of year, if you're coming from the north, not able to practice a lot, it's not necessarily a ball buster. It's just a really fun golf course to play. You'll have a great time. It'll be great to hang out. And it's a limited field, so only 80 players. So you want to jump on this one quick because it's a great spot to be.
And it is February 17th.
I wish I could be there. Yeah, that's President's Day weekend.
And Daniel Ken has a question that 549 other players probably want to know the answer to. When will the breakdown for divisions that are going to – how many players in each division will make the cut? When's that going to be released?
When registration closes and we know how many people are going to be in each division. So obviously things are shifting a little bit the last couple of days. So we have a pretty good idea. We've got 5 spreadsheets that lock it. What we'll tell you is it's going to be to the nearest foursome, and so each division is going to be equal foursomes, and then we're going to try to keep it close from a percentage wise with each division getting a minimum. So we're just looking at that, seeing how the numbers go, and then we'll get that out. And then we've had a bunch of questions leading into how the cut's going to work with senior divisions. So from a cut standpoint, we're looking at overall scores. There will be a guaranteed small number of seniors. We haven't completely figured out what that's going to be. We're working through that. That's next on Phil and my list. But there'll be guaranteed number of the top seniors whether that be 4 or 8, whatever it is in each division. And then all the other scores are going to come from overall score, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
So
makes sense.
whether you're an open or the senior division or double dipping, whatever you're doing, it's going to be the top, for example's sake, 32. So we're just going to look at overall scores and go down. If that makes sense. So David's asking about projected T assignments. We are working through that now to get those up for you. Just been going through. Those will be up by the time everybody gets on site, so they can start practicing on the golf courses as well. But yeah, everything's shaping up, Phil. It's kind of scary.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's busy. I mean, like I say, we're working through all those things, all those latest planning commitments that we're going to make. The T assignments. I know that we're going to be finalizing those things right after both of our local finals this weekend. As soon as the local finals completes this weekend, it's North American Championship morning till night until we get there, until we're done. So it's a busy time for us, but again, it's going to be very rewarding. When it's all said and done, and everybody has a great time down at the beach this time. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's going to be a great week.
I'm excited too about all the chapter owners that are pitching in to help us out. Something that's different and unique to our tour is how everybody gives up their own opportunity to play, to volunteer, to support the players and make sure that everybody has a great time. And with the largest field that we've ever had, we're going to have also the largest number of volunteers we've ever had. So thank a chapter owner whenever you see them that week in Myrtle Beach, because they're giving up their time and opportunity to win to come there and make sure that you have a great time.
Got a question too. Does APT membership auto renew? Please make sure they clarify. No, everybody needs to know that it does not.
It does not auto renew. It is season by season. The 2024 membership's open now and good through the end of September of next year at the North American Championship in 2024, which will be
in Myrtle Beach.
In Myrtle Beach at the 2023 North American Championship. So you got to stay tuned. Registration night, you're going to learn a lot of stuff. So
you're going to have some fun at registration. You can't miss it. If you haven't been around for the recipient as well, you listen to them speak. You gotta be there. Bring your tissues.
Yeah, no doubt about that,
dude. No chance. I've seen her speak twice. I've spent 30 minutes in conversation with her. I'm still bringing Kleenex.
I get teary-eyed just talking about her.
Yeah. What an amazing family. It just talk about making it real. So anyways, we're going to say goodbye to Mr. Phil because he's got to jump on the handicap call. So have fun, Mr. Phil. And we're getting ready to
promote them all, Phil. Promote them all.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, Phil.
See you, Phil. So we got time for just a couple more questions. David wants to raffle again for Folds of Honor. Absolutely, David. And we have a matching donation already coming in for the first $2,500 raised, which means if we raise $2,500 in the raffle, we will provide a scholarship on registration night at the North American Championship. So,
pew, 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 pew.
So let's do it.
Awesome.
So, but other than that,
you probably want to go over the practice round rates again and the phone number to call to practice rounds.
Call the phone number, not the golf course.
Yes.
So,
you want to put that graphic back up, Chris?
Yeah. I vouched for all you guys that said you all read, so you'll do things the right way.
There it is.
843-235-4653.
Just screenshot
it or check your TIP page or the email you got sent today. Exactly. It's all there. So, but looking forward to seeing you guys play well at your local finals this weekend. And we're looking forward to a pretty epic September, if I do say so myself. It was off to a great start at Chambers Bay. A lot of prize money getting paid out this weekend.
A lot.
A lot. And then the North American Championship is going to be stupid.
Epic.
Yeah, I'm thinking it could be close to $50,000 by the end of it.
I'll bring the Brinks truck.
I was going to say somebody's got to have to bring the armored truck for sure. That's a good problem.
So we got one thing we can't address. I guess everybody's like, how likely are we to get bumped if we play well in local finals? So once you get to your local finals, your flights are locked unless you go more than 0.2 underneath your division. So if you're in Division 3 and you've started your local finals, it's only good for the local finals. You're safe as long as you're an 8.3 or 8.4. So as long as you're close to the number, you're going to be able to play in the North American Championship in your respective division.
Rick Williamson asked, does North American Championship points count toward local player of the year? And that is a no. Local player of the years will be final at that local finals.
Correct.
After finals.
But it counts for National Player of the Year.
Yes.
And that's why they play the game.
That's right.
Absolutely. So, but that was a great question, Garrett. I appreciate you asking that.
And Rick.
I love how Alan's throwing some shade at Rocky right now. That's pretty funny.
I'm just laughing at all the people that got their slide rules out and trying to figure out exactly what all the different. It's like trying to figure out who's going to win the FedEx points at the end.
That's right. Where's Steve Sands when you need him?
Changes.
And Garrett, it's 3-3 or 3-4, but yes, you are correct. In Division 2.
Yeah, if you're a 4-3 or a 4-4, you're definitely Division 2.
Yeah. All good. Well, anyways, we're going to sign off. No more questions. Jack, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having us. We're glad to always be here.
Brayley, you're always a fantastic guest. Thanks for coming on from Tulsa. Keith Tillman,
Thanks
Oklahoma City, joining the APT family. And, we've got more new chapters to announce. It's that time of year.
Oh, wow. Awesome.
We've just kind of been quiet about it this year. It's more fun that way. Sneaking up.
Plenty of time to announce to everybody at the Nationals, too.
So stay tuned. So
Nationals
Brendan wants to know, is there a makeup date yet for NAC? I just want to know, I just read the forecast that Hurricane Lee is not supposed to threaten the American seaboard. It's supposed to go north.
It is going north, yes.
So don't speak that evil over us, Ricky Bobby.
We've got the fans on really heavy right now. Everything's pushing due east and north.
So anyways, Chris Dens, 0.2 below your D2, 0.2 below 3.5. So you can go 3.3, 3.4 good, 3.2 bad.
3.3.
3.3 good. 3.3 you're like, oh crap. 3.2 bad. So
I know a few guys will have that on cheat sheets when they're playing the final round.
Oh,
they need to hire Steve Sands to help them.
Yeah.
Too much math.
He's got all the formulas in there.
All the engineers in the APT are like, oh, that's easy. We already got this figured out.
Yeah, and I'm like, will someone please explain it to me? So, anyways, you guys are cracking me up. But anyways, we're going to sign off. Local finals this weekend. North American Championship in 2 weeks. Next Thursday, we'll have our live again. I will be live from Myrtle Beach, maybe at a golf course. You never know, because we're going to be picking hole locations next Thursday, so that could be fun. But yeah, tune in next week, and appreciate you guys tuning in tonight. We'll catch you guys soon.
Take care. Thanks. See you tomorrow, Matt.
Good night, everybody. See you, Jack.